These are 6 issues of Japanese crags. 1. The lack of risk management. People often misunderstand that difficult climbs and beginner routes require very different techniques to climb. But in fact, the danger is much the same. So it is more important to learn how to protect yourself first than how to climb. But climbers today don't understand that and don't practice it. I don't know if this is something that a young person like me should say, but it seems that today's climbers in Japan are less skilled at preventing danger than they used to be. More than 20 years ago, it might not have been wrong to climb in mountainous areas using left pitons and bolts. But while the rest of the world is evolving, Japan is the only country that continues to do the same thing, aid climbing with bolts left by the first ascender. So as a result, relatively speaking, Japanese climbers have fallen back. Older people don't seem to understand this and still teach young people aid climbing, thinking that 40-year-old bolts are safe. 2. Do not fall easily. About learning the concept of behavioral protection. The first thing a climber needs to learn is to never fall in a place where they shouldn't. Of course, you should never fall in any place. First of all, in order to climb in the mountains, you need to be able to recognize where you should not fall. This is called recognition of the risk. Please don't brag to your friends that you go to places where you shouldn't fall without using a rope. That is not a bold act. We all sometimes go to the cragging for practice, don't we? I see a lot of people hanging on the first bolt at the crags, but those people need to think a little more. Hanging from the rope from the first draw is normal for indoor sport climbing, but at an outdoor crag, there is no guarantee that the bolt is strong enough to hang from, so hanging from just one bolt is potentially dangerous. Everyone doing so just doesn't realize how dangerous it is. We need to think more about behavioral protection. Of course, we also need to improve our climbing ability. There is no better way to protect yourself than not falling. Some climbers think that they can rope up with any belayer because I don't fall, but we have to be careful. You have to be careful, because the belayers who rope with such lead climbers have zero practice in catching a fall. There are more and more belayers who only have experience in belaying like that situation.